cross every desert and come back again. We could go any distance to chase down every dream. We could reach all the stars, but in the end, I know where we belong. I know a place where we can go. I know a place where we can go, where we are safe, where we are known. I know that there's no place like home. I know that there's no place like home.
Okay, Lord Mayor, Taoiseach, ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. You're all very welcome here to Highfield on this very special occasion in the history of the club. My name is Ray Lockheed, I'm the PRO here, so I had the job of introducing the speakers this morning. I guess who'd have thought we'd be standing here on the 29th of January in what's positively spring weather, but there you go, and we're delighted to be able to do that, particularly as we come out at the end of the pandemic and we're all watching our safety and distance. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Cork's first citizen in the first instance, the Lord Mayor, Councillor Colm Kelleher, to say a few words, please.
Thank you very much, and Gramagat, Taoiseach, Minister, Deputy Lord Mayor, Deputy O'Sullivan, members of Highfield Rugby Club, to the President Caroline and your Chairperson Eugene. It's an absolute honour and a privilege for me to be here this morning to be here at the launch of your brand new gym opening. Highfield Rugby Club is something that's ingrained in the, I suppose, rugby mind of people of Bishopstown for a long time, and for a very long time you were, I suppose, the most outer club in one of the city, but there was an unfortunate event of the boundary extension happened. That title now lands with Ballincollig from where I hail from, so we'll gladly take that up, but thank you very much. So for years, as I said, it was the only rugby club on the western side of the city suburbs. You cater for a number of teams from under 20s, 21s, minors, juniors, senior team. I know you have a senior team completing in the All-Ireland ALL Division 1B as well, and they've done enough this season to gain promotion to the top flight, and I'd wish them the very best of luck. I know you're currently second in the league. It's very evident this morning here, looking around, seeing all the small young faces there, that you have an active youth wing of your club, which is brilliant to see. In any social club or any sports club, it's the typical Irish saying, Mulligan Oigag Stuchakshi, unless you constantly replenish your club or your organisation with youth, it'll just wither and die in the vine. But that's not going to happen here. It's very evident this morning with over 400 people, 400 smallies active in your club, which is very, very good. The reason we're here this morning, as I said, is to open up the gymnasium, and this will tie in nicely with your facilities here in the club, which include the main pitch, the top pitch and the all-weather pitch. You have a squash club, a clubhouse with a large hall, which I remember fondly when I used to go to a disco here in Highfield a long time ago. I was only barred once, but I got back in the back door. That was a long time ago now, though. But the gym will be a major benefit and allow players to stay fit and maintain their strength, conditioning regime, and to recover from injury, and generally stay in tip-top condition while playing the game of rugby. The gym was delivered under the guidance of the Development Committee, chaired by your club president, Dermot Gosell, and the development was aided in no small way by the grants received by Cork City Council and the Department of Sport. So I trust that the above will serve you very well. As I said, it's an absolute honour and a privilege. I'll be taking pictures and bringing them back to Ballincollig and see how we can replicate it out there. We've already taken one title off you, so there's no reason why we can't take another one. So, but anyway, I wish you the very best of luck with it, and Gura Míle Maith Agaibh, Clare.
Thanks very much, Lord Mayor, and you'll be pleased to note that many of our players today, and indeed in past years, have fond memories of their association with Ballincollig as well, so long may that association continue. So delivering a project such as the fine gym you see behind me today is both demanding and protracted, and it requires the leadership and dedication and focus indeed of an extremely focused person. And we've been very lucky here in Highfield to have as our gym development chairperson Dermot Godsell, who did an absolute marvellous job. And I'd like to invite Dermot to say a few words now. Thank you.
Lord Mayor, taoiseach, ministers, Father Bertie, I see back there, and distinguished guests. As chairman of the Gym Development Committee, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to you all here today for the official opening of our gym. The development of the new gym was an ambition of Highfield for quite some time, and due to the efforts of many here in the club, thankfully that ambition was realised. It's encouraging to see the gym being used to the extent it is, from both junior to senior players. The completion of the gym was timely, with the club doing well at present, along with our ambition to gain promotion to the Division 1A of the All-Ireland League this year. I would like to take the opportunity to thank all those who made the gym possible, to those who contributed to the gym patron scheme, to the many companies, the families and individuals. And in this regard, I would particularly like to thank our club main sponsor, Liam Lenihan of the SDS Group, who not only made a significant financial contribution to the gym, but also contributed by undertaking a major part of the electrical work also. I would also like to say a big thank you to Michael O'Driscoll, consulting engineer to the project, who gave his services so freely. To our former club captain, John O'Callaghan, who gave so much of his time to this project, and to both Peter Martin and Peter O'Leary for their work in the early stages of the development. I must also thank our main building contractor, Liam O'Donovan, who had to put up with so many of our demands on occasions during the construction phase. On the important fundraising front, without which the gym would not have been possible, I must thank the committee, particularly getting Lewis, who was incredible in not just getting funding for the gym, but also in keeping track of all the funds coming in over many months. To Pierce McNamara for the huge amount of work he did, along with Cormac Maney, in overseeing so many aspects of the project. Also, a word of thanks to our Strictly Condensing group, who raised a significant sum for the gym, but who I know had great fun in the process. We're also very grateful for the grant we received from the Department of Transport, Tourism and Sport, along with the grant we received from Cork City Council. Finally, just to thank you all here today for your presence in celebrating with us the opening of our new gym. It is very much appreciated. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Dermot. So, indeed, this season is a very special season in the history of the club. Not only have we got the pleasure today of opening officially our new gym behind, but it's the first season in the history of the club when we've had a female president. Caroline Lyons, who currently holds the honour, is doing an absolutely fantastic job. She's been a tireless worker and an advocate for the club over many years, and I'd like to invite Caroline now to say a few words. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Lord Mayor, taoiseach, former club presidents, members of Highfield, Father Bertie, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As the First Lady President of our wonderful club, it gives me great pleasure on behalf of Highfield community to extend to all of you a very warm welcome. Céad Míle Fáilte. First, can I ask you to reflect for a few moments? If you were asked the question, what is Highfield, what would you say? Don't worry, I'm not going to ask Keith to answer it. I will share with you mine. To everyone, it is a rugby club. However, to many who enter the gates and cross our pitches, it is far more. Situated as we are in the heart of the community, Highfield places community in the heart of our club. As some minis that you all see here this morning, one of them said to me on a Saturday, "Coming to Highfield is like coming home. It is like family. It's where everyone knows your name." It made me smile to myself, and I said, we are doing something right. As a club, I would have to say the last few years have both challenged and strengthened our sense of community. The challenge of trying to continue safely under the shadow of the pandemic. The challenge to continue safely, to maintain contact with community both young and old. Technology in many instances played its part, with Zoom sessions going on for all ages, a few coffee mornings and a regular occurrence, and may I say not at the same time. I would have to say with pride that the collective strength of we have ensured that our club kept its gates opened, and we have continued to grow and develop in these challenging times. Speaking of development, let's not forget why we are here today. To quote on Taoiseach, today is indeed a good day, because it marks a very special occasion in our club. The culmination of significant planning, hard work, commitment, generosity and resilience for many of our Highfield community. I would like to sincerely thank you all those involved. It made our dream a reality. Our new gym, which is behind us, is being officially opened today by Taoiseach Micheál Martin, and I would like to thank him very much for visiting Highfield today and for agreeing to opening the gym. This new facility is an important resource for our club. Into the future, it will provide our adults and youth players the opportunity to develop their training safely on site in Highfield, under the watchful eye of our specialist coaching staff. We recognise the importance of player development and the benefits of strength and conditioning can afford a player of the modern game of rugby. Who knows what emerging stars are in our midst? Only time will tell. As a club, we are committed to improvement. We have many projects in the pipeline which will benefit all our players across our 6 mini teams, 4 youth teams, 4 adult teams. I have no doubt that with the support of our community, we again will ensure the successful delivery of all these plans. As you arrived here today, I hope you took a moment to see some of our minis in action. Those aged from under 6 to under 12 were training here this morning. We have over 250 mini players each week. They don the Highfield jersey with pride. In addition to our 4 adult teams, we have 150 players involved in 4 youth teams from under 13 and under 18 and a half. Guiding and training all this talent are a dedicated group of over 70 volunteer coaches who tirelessly give up their time each week, and I would like to acknowledge their ongoing support and commitment to our club. I would also like to acknowledge and commend the many volunteers who give their time so willingly behind the scenes, doing valuable work that is essential for the successful event running of the club. As you are all aware, our senior team are in action against Banbridge here today. I wish them all the very best, and you know what to do, lads. So if you didn't see our mini players earlier, by all means stay and watch our senior players in action. Or come and join any Saturday morning. You can come see our kids play or come and watch a senior match. You won't regret it. As the Irish proverb goes, Ní neart go gcur le chéile, there is strength in unity. This is so true in the Highfield, and as President, it makes me so proud even, to be part and lead our community this year. I am happy to be called a Highfielder. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Taoiseach to unveil the wall plaque to officially declare our new gym open.
Okay, folks, sorry about that slight interlude. We'll be doing the photographs in a minute. But anyway, so as I mentioned, today is a special day in so many ways. And I guess it's also a special day because we're delighted and honoured to have Taoiseach Micheál Martin here today. Not only is he head of the country, but he's just the second Cork Taoiseach in 100 years of the state, which I think is a fantastic cause for celebration if you're from the rebel county. So he's also very much a proud sportsman. Very much associated with Nemo, but I think with all sports. And it really is a pleasure to have him here today. So I'd like to ask Taoiseach Micheál Martin to say a few words, please.
Thanks. Well, Ardvera, Colum, agus Ara, Michael, agus Hoctadála, Padraig, Sullivan, Corlori, Mary Rose Desmond, agus Gwynús, the Glare Bollam, Dúspáide, my favourite week is the Caroline, agus Noctron, Asocton Credivel, Liv Tranona, Conan Jim, Nua Shaw, Quefilon, Cholgo Hifigul, agus Corgordigus, Ian, if the Gakenia, Ta Fragrachas, agus an Dulcan Kina Tala Feshkent, Sacommon Shaw, Blin, Enigle, the Blina, the Suntakan Scale, Corgordigus Liv. Could I just say thank you for the invitation to be with you this afternoon for the official opening of the gym here, and to pay a warm tribute to this club for your ongoing progress and progression down through the years, and particularly for the manner in which you mentor and look after so many young people in the game of rugby and in the cause of sport. I've had a long association with the club in many respects in different capacities. I can recall being here as Lord Mayor with my wife Mary, having a wonderful day. It was one of the big open days at the time, enormous crowds, and then in subsequent years as Minister being here. And I think your club president, Caroline, summed it up very well, that there's always a very strong sense of family, of community, of togetherness, and that it's more than just the playing on the pitch, that there's a real sense of collegiality, friendship, that is at the heart of the ethos of the club. It's also a very progressive, you're a progressive club, and that is manifest in the election of the first lady president of the club, Caroline, and I want to pay tribute to Caroline for her leadership of the club during this time. Caroline hails from a very competitive sporting family. Her father, Mick in particular, always reminds you of that if you ever meet him. And particularly coming from where I come from, I get it in spades from him. He's a Delaney's man and so on like that, but they're steeped in sport, and it's no surprise that Caroline is president here. And to Eugene, the chairman, and to Dermot, or some say Sam, we thank you, and to Chris Bannon, your club captain, and all the team here at the officer board for the leadership you have shown in this latest chapter in the club's progression. You have an outstanding backroom team. May I also thank you for your leadership during COVID-19. It was a most difficult time for sport. We know that. It interrupted sport in a most cruel way. And I know that's true for you, and I want to apologise to you because you were nearly there last year, and then the league was cruelly cut short because of COVID-19. I had a similar experience in our own club. We were just on the cusp of the county final, and it was cut. I could do nothing about it. The calls were coming fast and furious. And I got the blame, and the young fellow was the captain. So you can imagine how difficult that was, I can tell you. In any event, we kind of had to wait 6 months, and I'm blaming that then for losing this year's county and so on like that. So there you are. And then you're in a similar position, so I'm praying for you that you get there, because I don't want that on my conscience in respect to the club and so on. But I think that's the manner in which it did interrupt people and the opportunity, because sport is about socialisation, it's about coming together. And I was reminded of that this morning. I met some people, particularly senior citizens, who said, you know, the lack of contact. A lot of people felt that. And sporting clubs are much more, as Caroline said, than just the sporting aspect of it. It's that social the socialization aspect of it, the mental well-being, the sense of coming together and meeting people and engaging with people. And that's what you do so well. We've come through it and we're in a new phase. And it's just fantastic to see the crowds here this morning. And particularly to you, the young members of Highfield, I wish you continued enjoyment in your sport. And in particular, look after your coaches and your mentors and your selectors. You love playing with Highfield? Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And who's the best coach around, do you think? Yeah. Okay. No lack of self-confidence here, self-esteem, which is very important. Who? Jack's dad. Okay, very good, Jack. We've got that intelligence. Very important. Could I also say that the opening of the gym also, I think, reflects the evolution of sport in the sense that, it's progressing onwards. The modern era, the standards are going way up in all sport, particularly in rugby. And we have to be attentive to the well-being of players. And it's interesting, in the modern era, very often we look to see, when we want to assess a team's chances, who have they got for strength and conditioning and physical fitness. That often is now a key sort of requirement, but also a key indicator maybe of how the team will do this year and how the club will do. And therefore a gym is extremely important. A modern, well-kitted, equipped gym is absolutely central now to a team's potential for progression, and also to do it properly, professionally, in terms of minding players, and particularly the younger players as they grow and develop. And no sport is that more true than in the sport of rugby itself. And that's why this particular facility is important. I'm delighted that the Minister for Public Expenditure is here. I know that some grant funding has already been allocated, but I think his presence suggests that you may be seeking further funding as well. We will lean on him a bit with Jack Chambers to see what we can do in that respect. And finally, again, to say congratulations, well done on all you've achieved so far. I wish you every success today against Banbridge. It's tremendous to have Banbridge here this afternoon. The sport of rugby has done so much to develop friendships on the island. Across border, irrespective of backgrounds and so on. I think rugby has been to the fore in that for many, many years, and that's something that dovetails with an agenda of mine in terms of just we all learning to live alongside each other in understanding, but also in developing and strengthening relationships. You've been pioneering that for many years, and today's game reflects that to a certain extent as well. And we wish you success in that particular endeavour. Well done, and thank you. Go to Mila Mahagwif Galera.
Okay. Goramaha Good Taoiseach. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formalities this evening or this afternoon. So what I'd like to do is invite all our guests, if they'd like to hop into the hall for teas, coffees and a few nibbles. If I may please ask all Highfield ex-presidents to remain here for a few moments for a photograph, and members of the management committee also. Everybody else, please make your way inside. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.
Climb every mountain, we could swim the deep blue sea, we could cross every desert and come back again. We could go any distance to chase down every dream, we could reach all the stars, but in the end I know where we belong. I know a place where we can go, I know a place where we can go, where we are safe, where we are known. I know that there's no place like home. I know that there's no place like home. Taking every moment, making every memory, knowing all that matters is all we need. Yeah, I know where we belong. Yeah, I know where a place where we can go, where we are safe, where we are known. I know that there's no place like home. I know a place